to your player recap. So feel free.
Oh man, what a
Yeah,
what happened last week.
Yeah. So we started by resting. Everyone took a rest, and actually, no, I guess we started by you all were just talking a little bit, and Cassandra left with a trident. That was the very first thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cassandra went to the temple in town, to the Temple of Lux, to hide the trident. And she didn't tell anyone she was going there, so no one knows. And she had to break in, so
we think she's at the inn.
Yep.
Right. Tarvik slept outside because no one ever told him that he was allowed to sleep inside, nor if he had a room. And then I think Rita stayed guarding the door for like the first bit.
Yeah,
right?
Rita got halfway through a long rest, sleeping at the bottom of the staircase, before Roland rolled in.
Yeah. Yeah, Roland went and woke up Rita and did a lot of things to try to get into that door. Eventually did.
It was a whole lot of shenanigans of Roland trying to get through this door, Rita trying to convince him that he is helping her get in while also sort of diverting him in a lot of different directions.
Yeah, there was a particularly good moment where Roland decided to go look for a crowbar in the barn and went to the barn with Rita having the plan, told Roland that she was going to be on lookout, and Rita staged a fake conversation between her and Tarvik, which prompted Roland to duck into the tent that Tarvik was actually sleeping in and wake him up and throw a hammer at him and then leave.
All while looking like Galana.
Yes, all while looking like Galana. Yes, that is true.
But eventually, Roland, using fire spells, defeated the door, the great hero, and tore apart the larder, digging around for this trident, and ultimately deciding that it wasn't here anymore. I think the last thing that happened was that Rita confessed to Roland that she had been diverting him, but now wanted to really actually help him, and told Roland that Cassandra had taken the trident out onto the lake to throw it back into the lake, into the middle of the lake. But that if we worked together, we could have a chance to catch up to her, by outrowing her. And Roland said, "No, I don't want to see you ever again. You lied to me." Something
I don't
along
think
those lines.
he said that
Something
exactly.
along those lines.
He was quite upset, though.
And you tried to put her to sleep, right? And then
I
it
did,
didn't work.
and it didn't work. I managed to not put myself to sleep because I'm an elf that apparently is resistant or immune to that. Otherwise, I would have.
And the plan is for Tarvik to remove curse on Roland as soon as he gets a full night's rest.
Yes, which I think I'm a little over halfway through at this point, based on the fact that Roland did get a long rest from his 4 hours.
Yeah, you're about 3 hours out from a full rest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, kitties.
I would also, maybe I missed it. We did also get 2 dreams. Cassandra and I got a dream each, basically. Tarvik's was basically him normal, more or less, and talking with people again, and talking specifically with the other members of the party. Not like he hadn't socialized with anyone for like 2 years.
Mm. Oh yeah, Cassandra had some crazy dreams regarding the Raven Queen and the eye. Particularly the eye like got really, really close and then whooshes away. So Cassandra's really worried that we're losing our window to get the eye. She may not be sleeping very well.
All right, well, if no one has anything further to add, I think you guys covered it pretty well. So we can jump into today's session. And so, like Tarvik mentioned, we're kind of in the middle of a long rest for some of you folks here. And we are just at the point where Rita had mentioned to Roland that Cassandra had gone out to the lake to go and throw the trident back in as a ruse to try and throw Roland off the scent. And so, you know, you guys are a little scattered here and there, but let's start with Tarvik. So Tarvik, you were sleeping and you were continuing to sleep, but correct me if I'm wrong. Same with Cassandra. And so right now we follow Roland and Rita. So you guys can start off here.
Roland is outside, heading towards the beach. Walking towards the beach.
Rita
Because,
is trying to stealthily tail Roland and not be noticed by him, but she's not going to let him. Well, her goal is to stop him from hurting himself or damaging any more property.
All right.
If Roland has to recast it, does he still look like Galana at this point, or is it
No,
gone?
that faded.
Okay. Then when he leaves the house, he's going to recast. Oh, I'm gonna run out of spell slots. He is gonna recast Disguise Self once again and look like Galana.
Okay. Rita, as you stealth,
And
make a stealth check
actually-
for me. Go ahead, Roland.
Sorry. He's also going to gonna also cast Detect Magic.
Okay. As you're walking, correct?
Yep, as I'm walking. Do I need to make a stealth check? I'm not really stealthing.
Well, it depends. If you are, then go ahead and roll. But I need
I'm
Rita's stealth check.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. Rita, describe your stealthing to me.
Okay. So my goal is to I probably need to check my okay, I've got 60 feet of dark vision, so I'm trying to stay 55 60 feet away back from Roland and just sort of keeping an eye on him. I'm trying to move quietly and go from like bush to bush, or if there's like a lamp pole somewhere or a torch pole, if there's a house that we go by, trying to stay out of sight. If he happens to look back over his shoulder, he won't necessarily find me.
All right. Roland, describe what you were doing.
Me, Roland.
As you walk.
Yeah,
and you're
Roland just
casting
walks.
Detect.
Yep, I'm disguised. I cast Detect Magic. I am beelining it for a boat at the beach, walking briskly.
And your purpose of Detect Magic as you throw it up is to sense the trident, correct?
Correct. And
Make
if
a-
anything else pings, I would probably check and see what that is.
Mhm.
But I am looking out for the trident, and then I'm also, I guess, looking out. Do I know? Does Cassandra have anything on her that would have a Detect Magic signature that I could identify her by?
You know that she has some magical weapons, yes.
I'm vaguely looking out for that as well, then, if I'm familiar enough with those.
Yes, you would know that she does have the +1 short sword, because you were there when she got it. So you for sure know that that's gonna emit a magical aura. Let me just look at other things that you may potentially know. Make a perception check, by the way, for me, as you're keeping a keen eye out. All right.
Very keen.
I think that might be it. Short sword is what you remember.
I got the eyes of charming. I don't know if
But I don't
Roland was
know
around when
if I don't think
those.
Roland
You
was.
probably didn't know that she has
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, so
I don't know if
But-
healing potions would trigger either, but I got those.
yeah, if you
In
guys
general,
bought
I
healing
think that-
potions, yeah.
In general, if there's like any like just ping of magic, I'm gonna probably take note and
Mhm.
investigate it. But unless I come across anything, I'm heading to the boats.
Describe to me your path you take, please. Go ahead
I'm
and
going
mark
to
it.
go.
Or you know what? Yeah, just describe it. Just describe it.
I can draw it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna probably stay to the path, but kind of, and then I'll cut across here, and I'll come down to the boat.
Okay. You're not noticing too much of a ping as you get around here. You get in front of the rowdy room, and you feel inside abjuration. I think transmutation. What's a +1? A +1 is transmutation, right? Like
I'm
a
not
+1
all
to a
sure.
weapon, probably. I'm thinking it's a
I mean, yeah, I would think it's either transmutation or evocation.
yeah, evocation is like raw energy. So I'm gonna go with transmutation. You feel abjuration, which is protection and shielding, and transmutation, which is manipulating physical properties, is the description that I have for it. Coming from within.
Is it?
Well, actually, hold on. You sense the presence. Yeah, you sense the presence of magic. You don't see anything because you feel it near you in the tavern, but because there's a door there, you can't quite see the aura.
What time is it? Is the writing room closed?
It is like really early in the morning, and it seems like there's some noise in the rowdy room. Not a lot, but a little.
Roland's going to ignore it, at least until he gets to the beach and sees if the boats are there. Then he'd probably double back.
Okay. So you continue moving forward, going through the path that you laid out, trying to sense magical things. 30 feet. You get to the boats, and you haven't sensed anything other than what you originally sensed in the rowdy.
Can I make an intelligence check to see if Roland realizes there are 4 boats there, which means that she probably didn't leave via the boat?
Well, so there's 2 broken, and then there's 2 out there.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I was anticipating that if she took a boat, there'd be a boat missing, and there's not.
Mhm.
So I just want to roll to see if Roland notices that and is intelligent enough to put that together. Is that okay?
I would say do it with advantage. You're a very smart guy, and this is a pretty basic concept. Yeah.
Okay.
You recognize that.
Cool. Then Roland's going to head back. Roland's going to pause there for a second, realize what's happening. Doesn't at all trust what Rita said. So he's going to kind of assume that maybe she wasn't as forthcoming and head back towards the rowdy room and see if the front door works.
Yeah, you open it, and you open up into the rowdy room. It is a little bit more quieter than usual, and not as many people in there as you're used to. However, you do see as you walk in, like a couple of people here and there, and Zara in the back. Let's switch to the rowdy room map. And Rita, as you're following along, you do see Roland kind of double back and head back into the rowdy room. Ignore a lot of these people.
Is there a
Yeah.
Is there like a window somewhere into the rudder room? I'm guessing there probably is.
Is I am like so sorry. I need to step away for like 2 minutes. Can
Sure.
we break for like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'll be right back.
Yep. In the meantime, Rita, to answer your question, yes, there would be a window. Let me draw them with my hand. Window here.
So I'm gonna try to sort of peep into the rowdy room instead of going inside.
Yeah, for sure. So the green marks are the windows, the lines. So there's one at the bottom, there's one on east. There would not be on the west. So 2 windows. Actually, there's one more. Here. I hope you can see the lines, if they're not that large.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay.
I see 3 of them.
3, yeah, good. 2 on the
Yeah.
right, and then 1 on the bottom. And then... here. Yeah, I just hate populating this, because you guys typically come in when it's busy, so just imagine, like, 3/4 of the people not here. I really don't want to delete these people. So while
you could move them to the GM layer if you wanted to.
Oh, that's true. Here, so let's do this. We'll do a nice square. Great idea. Great idea. So we'll move these people as
I'm back.
well. And then we'll move these folks here. I am moving things to the GM layer right now
Cool.
to give you a better vibe of how many people are actually in here. Fantastic idea by Rita.
Very cool.
And you notice the music is a little bit dimmer. People aren't as boisterous in here, but there are people in here.
Who all is in here? Is it like miners, like just early morning miners? That
Yeah,
kinda
you
come into
see,
the rowdy
just
room?
based on dress, you see a lot of people who have like caked on dirt and coal and like mineral material on them, a little grimy looking, a little tougher. So all ranging though in terms of type of people, mostly male, ranging from like, you guess 18 to 40 or so, just a smattering of different types of people in here, and you can guess they're probably just on their break from like a third shift or something, or a second shift. Their hours are a little weird.
Oh, cool. Do I see where the magic's coming from?
You do. As you walk in, you sense it coming from Zara.
Okay. And Roland looks like Galana right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's disappointing. He thinks to himself, but doesn't say out loud. He's gonna walk up to Zara anyways.
Okay. Oh, Galana. Well, a little late for you, isn't it?
I'm actually looking for Cassandra Lightfoot. Have you seen her by any chance, Zara?
No, I haven't. She takes a look at you.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to find her spell. Okay. What's your DC?
For what?
Your spell save.
For the... My spell save DC would be... How do I know that? It's... My spell casting is based on intelligence, and I have proficiency in saving throws with intelligence. Does that mean my spell save?
Your it's written in your spells.
It's 15. It's 15. It's written in
Yeah,
my spell.
yeah, perfect. Okay. She kind of takes a look at you. And you notice that the glowing is coming from a necklace that she has hidden underneath her shirt, as well as around, you can see it's kind of around her thigh/waist area. And so you feel the abjuration coming from the necklace, and you feel the transmutation coming from underneath her skirts.
Okay.
She just takes a look at you. I haven't.
Do I believe her?
Make an insight check. Yeah, she seems truthful.
Thank you. And then I'm going to leave.
Hey,
the
Galana,
room.
she calls to you before you end up leaving. What do you need her for? Is it something with the town?
No, nothing with the town. A bit personal actually, but nothing to be concerned about.
All right,
Thank you.
let me know if you need anything.
Thanks. And I'm gonna head out.
All right. Rita, make a perception check and tell me which window you're at.
Okay, I am at this window,
Okay.
and I will try to perceive.
Alright, so you get a pretty good view of what just happened with Roland. So he went in, and he spoke to he spoke to Zara for a little bit. They just exchanged a few words, and then he left.
Okay.
Alright. Roland, after you leave. Let me switch
Yeah.
maps.
So I think at this point, Roland is probably going to. I feel like he might try searching the town at this point, just like keeping detect magic up. At this point, he'd probably stop to ritually cast it if it expires, but maybe kind of just like traveling up and down to different people's houses that we know, maybe going and seeing. I'm not sure if he's intelligent enough to know that the Holy Beacon's probably a likely spot, but I don't know. He's looking for Cassandra and the signature just by going up and down, trying to get within 30 feet of any building to catch a glimpse of the magic and search the town.
And Rita, what are you doing as Roland starts walking away from the rowdy room?
I'm just going to tail him.
Okay.
Going to silently pump my fist as it seems that he is leaving the place where I believe the trident to be.
All right. Make a stealth check for me as you continue following him around. Roland, make another perception check for me as you look through the town. That's a very good perception. That's not a great stealth. In comparison. So, where are you going? You don't have to mark it on the map. Well, you know what? Actually, draw it on the map, if you will. Kind of the path that you're thinking of taking.
So I guess depending on how much time he has, he'll just try to cover the whole town, so... This is so beautiful. You probably can't see it till I let go, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rita,
I'm
in the meantime...
gonna ride the first fast of the half of the thing, and then he's gonna go over here.
So Rita, in the meantime, make an acrobatics check for me.
Okay.
Oh, I love this roll.
To be clear, he's starting this way, going down.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Okay, thank you, Rita. Oh, that's hilarious. I understand why he's doing that, but it just looks like your hand. That's great. Give me one moment. I just want to make sure that I'm giving you accurate detect magic information. Alright, so As you begin walking in this path, I will be moving your token and just giving you a location with the description. So as you continue walking, you do sense some magic from the Quillen Stopper for your detect magic, which is going to be let's see. Whatever healing potions would be. I'm not sure where that would fall under. Maybe evocation? No, because that's cure wounds. I'm not sure. I'm not going to hang up on it, but you sense something over at the Quillen Stopper. You continue moving down, and you sense transmutation coming from Hinger's hammer inside the building. And feel free to stop me whenever you hear something and you want to do something, or I will continue moving on. You continue going down this path, and in Boatmaster Bill Phil's home, you sense transmutation and actually probably just transmutation. You continue walking down. You don't notice anything. You continue going forward.
These transmutations the transmutation that I'm detecting, does it seem similar enough to either? The trident's not transmutation, right? The trident's something else.
Trident. Let me look at the. Man, I wish I knew my schools better. Magic weapon, 3 charges, dominate beast. Okay, so it allows you to dominate beast. So that would be enchantment.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm continuing my search specifically for enchantment or. Yeah.
Okay. So you continue walking around. Again, you feel a blip from Hinger's hammer and the Quillen Stopper as well. Well, you wouldn't from the round room because you're not close enough here. You continue making your way here. Nothing here. You continue making your way here. You go up here. And I would say you see some miners, very few traffic, like 1 or 2 people, just kind of loitering around in front of the boarding house. And I'll say at this point is where you hear a twig snap behind you, a little ways off, but you still catch it, and it seems really odd to you. And if you want to do something, you can.
I will try to look around for the source of the twig.
Yeah, you take a look. You don't really see anything. But you have a feeling like it was a little too close, and none of these 1 or 2 miners were probably causing, because they're just sitting kind of by the house, just talking in a low talk. But you don't notice anything. As Rita, you were stealthing behind, and your foot hit a twig and it snapped, and you heard the noise, but you definitely hid behind the boarding house walls. And you wait there for a few seconds. You don't hear any movement. Roland, what do? You didn't see anything.
Go on.
Alright.
I don't see anything. I'll go on.
Alright, you continue moving forward. Rita, make a perception check for me.
Mm-hmm.
You're waiting for a while. You don't quite hear much. Roland, you get probably all around to here. As Rita, you peer around, and you see Roland significantly ahead of you. as your timing of kind of picking up when he left wasn't too great.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So he's up here, and he continues moving forward. Oh, actually, you know what? Your dark vision's only 60 feet, so you lost sight of Roland when you looked at him. Or when you looked out back, as soon as you hid. What do? You don't know he's up here. But he was going up this way.
Well, I mean, I know what direction he was going, so I'm just
Correct.
gonna follow the road as quietly as I can until I can see him, and then I'm gonna, keep trying to tail him.
Okay. Make another stealth check for me. Okay. As you continue moving forward, Roland, you are still looking. Rita, you do catch up and you maintain your 55 distance. You notice... Actually, you notice nothing. You continue moving forward here. Continue down. Continue down. You pass by here. Let's see if you're close enough. Nope. You walk by Goanna's house. And you do sense something, but not... Hold on.
Holy magic.
Hold on.
My magic.
Yeah, let me see. Man, you're making me pull out all of these character sheets as you go around town. Hold on. Load. Oh boy. Alright, I'll say probably evocation. Let's see, what else maybe? And transmutation, I think. But not not the signature that you're looking for as you pass by.
I'll go on then.
Of Goanna's home. And then you pass by the Holy Beacon and feel abjuration magic, but not the signature you're looking for. You move forward. You don't sense anything here. Whoa. Here. You don't sense anything here, and you continue to not sense anything as you end right here.
Okay. So, when I detected holy abjuration magic at the Holy Beacon, is Roland smart enough to know that abjuration magic might be masking it? I mean, he made that assumption for the basement. Would he make the same assumption for the Holy Beacon?
Roll an intelligence check with advantage. Actually, no, that would work. Yeah. What is it?
You want me to tell him different?
You would understand that that abjuration magic is to protect and shield.
Okay, well then I would have paused the Holy Beacon and gone inside and tried to clear it visually.
Alright, you try and open the door, but it is locked. So Rita, you're probably like back here.
Are there any windows I can peek in?
You take a look around, make just a perception check for me. As you take a look around, you kind of walk around. You don't notice any windows necessarily, but there are small slits towards the back. And by slits, I mean like they are like castle slits. Like they're very tall but very short, and you see two in the back.
And it's still quite early in the morning at this point.
It is, yeah.
Roland's gonna go back to the front door and drop the disguise self and knock on the door.
Okay. Rita, you notice this happening, and Cassandra, you kind of rouse from your sleep, a little bit of sweat on your brow from your dreams as you hear a knock on the door.
All right. Cassandra will try and gather her things to, and the trident's still wrapped, I guess. Put that back on her bag. So I don't know. That'd probably take like 5 minutes to gather. I'll do this quietly though, as quietly as I can.
All right, roll a stealth check. Roland, you don't hear anything.
The church is closed. Roland would try any reasonable way to get in. Is there any options available to him?
You tell me. How would Roland try and get in?
I mean, so Galana doesn't live here. She lives. Roland's gonna go knock on Galana's home. Like, she's gonna go knock on her actual door and go ask her if she's seen Cassandra or
Right, so
if she can let it in.
Rita, you see Roland kind of try and walk back towards you. Where are you? Because I doubt.
So I think that I would have needed to have been somewhere where I could have been spying on him. So maybe like hanging around behind this wall and just peeking over.
Mm-hmm.
And if he comes back, if I see him coming back, I would sort of try to move and hide behind the town master's hall to see where he goes. And if he starts to just keep going, I'll keep trailing him.
All right, make another stealth check for me. Roland, you notice some shuffling and a little bit of darkness out of the back of your right hand peripheral vision.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of around here.
I'll go investigate it.
So Rita, you're over here. You hear Roland. Assumingly, you hear a person walking towards this way. Unless, Roland, you were trying to stealth.
No, Roland's not trying to stealth. He's
Alright,
just
you're
trying
just
to
trying to
figure out
look.
who made the noise. Yeah.
Make a perception check for me. And Rita, as you hear footsteps, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm going to. So I hear footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
Do I assume this is Roland, because it's not like there's anyone else out here. So I don't know. I wanna. If I think he's following me, then I want him to chase me. So I'm just gonna keep sort of moving around the town
Going around
master's
the
hall.
house.
Yeah, just ring around the rosy.
Like this? Okay. Go ahead and make another stealth check for me.
I thought I clicked. Oh, I did click it. Yep.
You did click it.
14.
So as Rita is pulling around the corner, Roland, you notice some clothes duck around the corner. You saw someone moving, not just shadows. You saw clothes duck around the corner as you peek around here.
I'm gonna chase after it.
Okay. Let's see. Both of you roll initiative, please. Okay. Rita, you hear
Oh my gosh,
fervent
I'm getting
footsteps.
so many nat 20s tonight and last week. Oh my gosh.
Fervent footsteps approaching you rapidly. What do you do?
Okay, it sounds like he's running. So I am going to basically start running as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna break out into a run and just go along this wall. I guess I'm dashing, so 60 feet.
Okay. 60 feet gets you like here. I think. Not quite. Let me just measure. Probably one more block. Not quite enough to round the corner, but you were like at the cusp right there. Roland, what do you do?
I'm gonna run and dash after her.
Alright, so here, and you have dark vision, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, so you're here. You can see Rita right there as soon as you rush. Rita, what do you do?
So I don't know whether or not Roland has ID'd me. I'm not really
Correct.
looking over my shoulder to see what he's doing. I can hear him still running. I heard him dash. So I am going to just duck around to this side of the wall. And just sort of I'm going to duck around to the side of the wall. And if that, I don't know how much of my movement that took to get over there, but I will stop there and then hold an action to dash. Well,
I would say that's your
because
full movement.
I want to. Okay.
So you have an
Yeah,
action.
what I want to do is I'm going to stop on the other side of the wall, out of vision again, and get ready to dash into the forest. Well,
this is a
no.
this is
I just want to do a full
graveyard.
Oh, it's a gravesite. I thought it was a little. Okay.
There are trees there.
I'm going into the grave. I'm going into the graveyard. And I'm just gonna do a full move to get closer to it. So like a move and a dash. So I don't know, maybe that far. I don't know how far I can get.
And you do see that there are headstones. There are many headstones here. Ilaria being one of them as well. Though you don't necessarily know which headstone because you didn't go and check her. Or maybe you did. Did you guys check where she was buried? If you
We were
did,
there for the funeral, I think.
Right,
we were there
but
for the funeral.
The funeral was at the Holy Beacon. It was not at the gravesite.
We didn't actually watch them put her in the ground.
No.
I don't think we had any reason to go to the graveyard.
Alright, so you assume that Ilaria is there, but you don't know where her stone is. But that is your turn. Then we go to Roland. You saw Rita, and then you saw her dip out.
On seeing that it's just Rita, he's probably going to let her get away and go back to his original plan and go knock on Galana's door.
Alright. So I will say we are out of this turn order. So I'm just going to remove that. And you do see Galana open the door. As soon as you're here, you see her open the door, and she's kind of looking left, right, and she just kind of closes the door again.
Like, after I knocked on it, or as I, approached?
Well, as you're right here, you saw her do that. And you just saw her do
try
that.
to make eye contact with her and, wave her down.
She didn't see you. She closed the door. But she did open it.
That's weird. I'm gonna go knock
You
on
are,
her door.
over 100 feet away. Just FYI.
Okay, so she didn't make, any... Okay. I'm gonna go walk up to her door and knock on it.
Okay, you knock on it. You wait a little bit, and you do see she opens it again. this time a little startled that you are there. Oh, Roland, it's so early. Is something wrong?
I hope not. By any chance, can you unlock the holy beacon for me? I think there might be someone inside.
Oh, pray tell, who?
Oh, I'm not sure. I just
What makes you think this?
It's a long story. I heard noises, and I am now concerned, and came to fetch you because there might be someone inside the holy beacon.
Oh, yes. Please come in. She like has a robe wrapped around her. She's not necessarily like in full clothes as you are. Do you want to come in for a moment while I ready myself? It'll just be a moment.
Sure. I'll wait.
She kind of steps you inside, and as you enter, you notice that it is very well kept in here, almost as well as the holy beacon is. You notice a soft glow. There seems to be a little bit of light emanating from the back room, which, as you kind of peer and take a look, there looks like there's a bed in there. So you assume it's her bedroom, where she had woken up from the noise. You see there's, it's like a modest place. It has a small area in the front where you have a chair that you can sit in. There's a little table, and then there is a kind of like an open doorway that leads into what appears to be a kitchen, where you can see some utensils and a little bit of a dining table, if you will, situated over there. And so she kind of leads you to sit down on the couch that's there just right in front of the door. And she says, I'll be just a moment, please, as she rushes into her bedroom. And you can hear her just kind of rustling, apparently putting different sets of clothes on. And so she steps out, and you can see that she's a little better dressed. She has like a full shirt on, normal pants and such, and shoes. And she says, yes, thank you so much for waiting. Please. And she motions to the door and opens it and lets you out first.
Sounds good. As unawkwardly as possible, I am keeping with outside of physical reach, touch of her through this entire exchange, and just because of also, by any chance, did I notice while I was in there where the evocation or transmutation magic was coming from in her home?
Good point. Yes, you noticed. Let's see. It's evocation. The evocation, funny enough, was coming from below the couch. And what else? What else did I say? It was evocation and
Transmutation.
Alright, hold on, let me just double check what that was. In the meantime, what are you doing, Cassandra, while I look this up?
Is there a back door?
There is a door. So as you enter the Holy Beacon, there is a door on the right side in the back. So behind, to the right of the altar.
Yeah, I'll go in there.
Okay. So as this is loading, you go in there and you notice there appears to be a modest kitchen of sorts. Not a full-fledged kitchen, but a sink and a tabletop space, as well as a little table and some equipment there. And you notice from there appears to be a small door, not a small door, just a regular door, and another door kind of to your left as soon as you walk in.
Okay. I guess I'll try the door to the left.
Okay, so you try the door to the left, and you open it up, and it appears to be a cupboard of sorts, full of small food like bread, pastries, water, some odds and ends here and there.
Alright, I'll try the other door.
Alright, so you try the other door, and it leads into another room, and it's odd because there appears to be just a table, and it's basically a plain room, and this is where Roland saw the two slits. I don't know what else to describe them other than slit windows, but that's where you notice, and then you see a door.
Okay. I'll check that door.
And you know this is a door to the outside.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I
It's
will.
like right at the outside.
I'll sneak out and look around to see if I see anyone.
Interesting enough, as you sneak out and you close the door, you look behind you and there's no door. It just appears like stone wall.
Interesting.
Let's see. Oh, and you see it around her neck. Roland. You see the other magic around her neck and around a ring that she has on her hand, on her left hand.
If she leaves me alone with a magical signal coming from beneath my chair, I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. So you take a look, and what you see underneath is a very long, almost staff-like shape. Underneath, heavily wrapped parchment and cloth with twine tying it together. You see it like underneath the bed. I mean, not the bed, the couch. Like shoved up underneath there. Hidden.
He's gonna leave it alone. He's tempted, but he's gonna leave it alone.
Okay. So rewind back to where we were. She leads you out as you notice the signatures around her. So she has the necklace, the ring, and that long shaped underneath the couch that you were in. And you walk out with her. She's kind of behind you here as you continue walking. Rita, what are you doing right now?
So what I would have done is I would have continued running until I sort of reached some sort of cover in this area, and then turned around to look for Roland.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't see him pretty soon, because I thought he was chasing me,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't see him come around the wall here, I'm gonna get worried about him and go looking for him.
All right, so you peep out here and you try and look, and this is rewinding a little bit, but you peek out and you don't see anything, but you hear voices coming from Galana's home. Do you continue waiting?
How I'm deciding. I think that if I hear voices. Do I hear Roland's voice?
With all your time spent with Roland, you would recognize his voice, yeah.
Okay. I will in that case I would I'm just really trying to get into Rita's mind and think about what she knows and what she thinks.
Sorry, I should have asked this sooner before things progressed.
So I'm trying to figure out whether she would reason or wouldn't reason that Roland ID'd her and stopped chasing because he realized it was her. And given the way we've been doing this tonight, I think I'll make it an intelligence check.
Go for it.
And this is to determine whether or not she's going to keep trying to stealth. I don't know what the DC is. It's not too good and it's not too bad.
What is your intent is to figure out whether or not Roland recognized you in particular?
Yeah. Whether whether he's, because if he knows I'm out here, and if I know that he knows that I'm out here, then I'm not going to keep trying to stealth, and I'll go knock on Galana's door.
I'll say this was probably... Alright, so you understanding that Roland recognized you out here and deciding not to go. I'd say that was probably... That's an interesting concept. I would have put that at like a 14. So I'll say no.
Okay.
You didn't make that.
I'm hiding behind the wall.
All right, you're hiding. Okay, so as you're hiding, Roland, we whip back to you, where Galana has led you out and you guys are walking. And Rita, you do see Roland come out as well as Galana following. So you guys are making your way to the Holy Beacon, and let's see, timing of Galana getting dressed. I'll say you guys are approaching just as Cassandra is out the door, and Cassandra, you're investigating. Roland, you are right in front of the church, and Galana takes her key out and opens the door, and kind of in a hurry, as she kind of holds her hand by her side and takes a peek. She kind of looks in cautiously. She doesn't see anyone. She says, Roland, I don't see anyone, but let's be quiet. Follow behind me, please. And she kind of cautiously goes into...
Can you clarify where Cassandra is right now? Is she
Cassandra's
in the
at the
church or
back.
out?
No, she's at the back. You guys are at the front.
She's inside at the back.
No, she's outside at the back, yeah. So you guys are like right here at the
Is there
front.
a back door? Was there a back door when I went around the back?
You didn't see a back door, no.
Oh, so okay, I understand. Cassandra went out, and then when she looked back, there was just solid stone wall, so I didn't see it. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. And
Okay,
all you sensed with the Holy Beacon was the abjuration that you had continuously sensed.
Okay. At any point now that Cassandra's out, if I get a ping of magic from her, which I don't know if that's a thing or not, but maybe since she's outside, I'm gonna change what I do. But otherwise, I'm just letting
that's
Galana
right.
help
Okay,
me
so as
survive.
soon as you get up here, you do sense. Oh well, is it past 1 feet of stone and stuff? Hold on.
Let me put detect magic in the chat.
Yes,
That might
please.
be helpful. 30 feet.
Yes.
It can be blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin earth inch of lead, 3 feet of dirt.
Okay, so you don't quite sense it because there is lots of stone in between you guys. She's like at the very back of the house right now.
Okay.
So Galana asks you to stay behind her as she goes in. She's creeping forward, and you guys are in the center, or not in the center, but you guys are in the entryway of the Holy Beacon right now. The door is still wide open, the front door at least. And Galana's kind of taking a look around cautiously with her hands out. Roland, I don't quite sense a thing. There are back rooms here. What made you think that someone was in here?
A sound I heard. Can I make an investigation check to see if there's any signs of someone being in here?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. She's also taking a look. Though there isn't much in this room, you notice the scent of a familiar friend of yours. That scent, I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's familiar to you, and because you've been hunting Cassandra down, you have an inkling that it is Cassandra. You have a sense of familiarity within the space. You just sense that she was here.
So anything tangible that I can point out to Galana, an impression on the chair, footprints, anything like that to make her not think I'm crazy that someone was here?
Unfortunately, no, because this place is kept immaculate. So there's nothing like, oh, hey, here's some removed dust or anything. All you can feel is kind of like the scent on your nose because of such a high investigation and just this strong feeling that it was Cassandra just based on always traveling with her. You kind of know, not like a super strong scent or anything, not like a terrible scent, but just like her person scent is what you smell. As Galana takes a look around, she's also investigating and she doesn't see anything. I don't see anything, Roland. Do you sense anything?
so certain someone was here, but clearly aren't anymore. Can we check the back rooms? Is that all right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Do you mind going ahead? I have a little bit of magic, but I don't have much. I'd much be cautious. Would you mind? And she kind of points forward.
Can I insider? I'm still keeping out of arm's reach ever, just in case.
Yeah, insight check.
I just want to know if that's like truthful and if she means me any, not like harm, but like if she intends to use any magic against me.
You can tell. Yeah, I'll say what you can tell is whether or not she's truthful or not.
13.
All right. She seems very truthful.
Okay, then I will lead.
Okay, you
And
take
I'll go back into one of the rooms.
and she just quietly motions to you to open the door with like a flick of her finger.
I'll open the door.
All right, you open the door and you see what Cassandra did. You saw kind of like a narrowish space with, various pots and pans, an open cupboard, and like a sink. I don't know why I was freezing on the word, like a sink in front of you. So the cupboard door is open like immediately to your left, and then you stare out straight, and then again there's another door on your left in the back.
Try the other door.
All right, so you move forward through the door. Galana pauses a little bit behind you. And she kind of takes a look and she's, Roland, stop. Just as you approach the door. She kind of takes a look at the door of the cupboard. I don't believe I had this open. I keep things very tidy in here, and I don't have a habit of leaving my cupboard open here. Perhaps you're right. Someone was here. Tread cautiously, please. Make a stealth check for me, by the way. Okay. So you continue forward as she motions you to just be cautious. You open the door in the back. And you notice, again, a very plain looking room, not much there except for just a table kind of pushed back in front of you, in the wall in front of you, in the middle of the wall, and then to the right there are the two slits that you saw earlier, and what appears to be a door. Galana is right behind you.
Okay.
This is a small place. It appears no one is here.
Can I try the door? See
Yeah.
if it goes out.
You try the door, and here we will cut to Cassandra. You have just stepped outside, and you notice the door behind you is actually just a wall.
All right. I'm gonna look around, see if I see anyone real quick.
Make a perception check for me. You do not see anyone.
Okay. Being paranoid, I think my hideout is ruined, so I'm going to try a new hideout. What's that farmer? Where's that farmer at that we that was lonely
here.
and talked to us about the treasure
Farmer
tales? I'm gonna
Man?
go. Yeah, Farmer Man. I'm gonna go over to Farmer Man's and see if he's up.
All right, make a stealth check for me as you continue forward. Surprising. All right, so you make your way. Let's see. As you move forward and out, no, you wouldn't say them because they're in there. Go ahead and just meander over to Man, if you will. We go back to Rita. What are you doing? Galana and Roland have entered. They've been in there.
I am just I mean, I think we already went through this. There aren't any windows on the church. Rita, like if they're inside and out of sight, she might go and try and check for windows. But if she doesn't find them, she'd just find somewhere to hunker down and watch the entrance.
Okay, so you're hunkering down, watching the entrance. Roland, as we go back to you, as you open the door, you step outside, and it appears to lead straight outside. And based on what you were looking at the church before, this is a little weird to you because you didn't see a door.
This is weird. Do I notice any footprints in the morning dew?
Make a survival check for me.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I'm distracted by this door. That's weird.
Yes.
I didn't know there was a door here.
That is for protection, as some people come to seek aid in this holy church. I have a back exit, if you will, that is hidden.
Well, that makes sense, but it also means that if anyone was inside and heard us approach, they would have been able to get out without us noticing them.
Yes, that is correct. Do you know anything of who this might be?
No.
What is their intent?
Perhaps they were just seeking shelter in a church. People do that sometimes, right?
Yeah, and I would like you to make a deception check for me as you try and...
Sure. Hey, have you seen Cassandra?
She pauses for a second. I have not, Roland.
She might be missing, potentially.
Oh dear.
Maybe she's cursed.
Yeah. Oh, that is quite concerning. Let's see.
I've actually been looking for her this morning. I don't suppose you'd be willing to help me try to find her.
Give me 1 second. Hold on. Okay. Okay, hold on, sorry. It's like loading, I thought it was okay. She looks to you, she says, yes, if you're concerned for her well-being, we must look. Well, where do you think she might be?
Well, I've been looking all over town, and I've excluded most of the areas.
Oh, wait.
Kind of not most.
Roland, come step inside. If they're around, if she's around, we don't want her to know that we're looking for her. Best quiet in here.
Well, I mean, can I insight?
Yeah, insight.
At this point. Okay.
Wait 1 second. What are you inciting?
I want to know whether or not she wants me to cut, like, kind of like a danger sense of, like, is she pulling me back in and being truthful? Like, it's like the only reason why is because she's, like, worried someone will overhear? Or does she have, like, ulterior motives for telling me to come back in?
It appears like there's something behind what she's saying as she's trying to usher you in.
I'm gonna squint at her a little bit. I feel like I need to keep looking for her, and I'm gonna kind of like start to walk away. I feel like I'm behind the church right now, right? We just came out the door, so I'm gonna start to walk away from the church. Yeah. Around the corner.
You hear her sigh, and then she just comes out behind you, and she starts walking with you. Roland, I really don't think this is a great idea. We need to be smart about this.
What do you recommend?
I don't know. We should talk in the church. I need time to think. And she just kind of puts her hand on her face. Takes a sigh out.
Well,
What? She's not a magic user, is she?
well, she does have magic on her. It's been how I've been trying to find her all morning. I can sense if I get near her.
Yes, detect magic. Unfortunately, I don't have that at my disposal currently, but if we have 10 minutes, I could also look, but perhaps she's saying still. Are you just walking away from her as she's walking? Or as she's talking?
I'm gonna keep walking down the road.
Okay, you start walking, and all of a sudden you start constricting. You can't move. So as soon as you started walking away here, your body just locked up in place. Let me mark that off. And
Out of curiosity, do I know whether or not she's had enough time to get a long rest since yesterday when we were? I guess it doesn't matter because I don't know how, because she only used the one.
you have
or two
no
spells,
idea because you don't know when she went to bed. It's all conjecture, but it's at the 50 mark right now. So I'll say let's take a 10-minute break right here. Tarvik, I know we didn't get much in, but I promise I have something for you. So just wait.
No worries.
But I will say we'll take a 10-minute break. So I'll see you guys at the hour mark. All right. So by the way, she tried to cast something on you, but Roland, make a save for me. I forgot about this part. Sorry. Make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm good at those. Yeah. Okay. 22.
Oh yeah. So I don't know. Does it say if you feel it? I'll say you feel magic around you. You don't necessarily know what it was, but you feel magic behind you as you walk away.
Well then, obviously, like too late to counter. But like, if I think she's casting something, or I see her cast something, I'm going to cast sleep on her at 3rd level.
I would say you didn't see her cast anything, because she rolled really high, but you felt the magic on your back.
Well, you tell me, is Roland smart enough to know that she just tried to do something to magically stop him, or not?
Make an intelligence check with well, you know what? How about let's make an Arcana check to feel the sense that magic.
That is better than straight.
Yeah, you sense that she was trying to do something to you.
Yeah, then I'm gonna cast sleep.
All right. Roll it. God, my computer's going so slow right now.
Let's see. It's a pretty bad roll. It's such a bad roll. Okay.
Hold on, let me see.
So 24 points worth of hit points.
You turn around and you cast it at her, and it seemingly to no effect. And she points at you, I think. Oh no, she doesn't. She just moves her lips. You're not quite sure what she says, but she mumbles on her breath. And make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, you immediately go blind. You hear nothing as you just lose all sight.
8. Roland. Don't really know what to do. What do you do? What would he do? He would.
I don't have the turn tracker up, but this is essentially combat. So we're just going back and forth.
Yeah. Roland is going to. Can't even do that. He's going to probably put his hand on like the ground, like ground himself because he's uncomfortable standing blinded, and just going to
It's a very
say,
dizzying feeling.
yeah, he's just gonna say to her, "That is not nice. You stop that right now. You give me back my sight."
Persuasion, intimidation.
It's not intimidating. Persuasion.
Persuasion, okay. Roll it.
Okay.
Okay, so you hear a footstep closer to you. Go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw for me, please. Oh, wow.
21.
Yeah, so you feel magic trying to take a hold of your body. You're not quite sure what it is, but you feel it again, but you don't feel any different.
I would like.
You hear Galana say, "I'm sorry, Roland, but it appears you are still acting irrationally. We have to think about this logically."
I am going to blindly try to, like, grapple her. I don't know. Lunge towards her and like, pull her hands together and so that she hopefully can't cast.
Okay. Let's say you're lunging at her. You're blind.
Athletics, maybe? I don't know.
Hold on. Let's look at blind. Okay. So go and try and make a athletics check for me with disadvantage. As you just run blindly. So you run forward to where you think you heard Galana, and you like throw your arms out, but your arms catch nothing in the air, just kind of whiffs into nothing. And if you're throwing all your strength into this, you kind of fall prone, trying to knock her down as you were trying to grapple her down to the ground. So you're prone right now and blind. You feel Galana reach for your hands, and you feel rope starting to intertwine behind. She's trying to like reach back, and she's trying to tie you. Make let's see how this is probably dexterity, so make a dexterity check for me.
Dexterity? Okay. Not acrobatics, just dexterity?
No, just dexterity. Yeah, you're not flinging around
Natural
in
one.
the sky. Oh.
Natural one.
Alright, hold on, let me roll for her. Yeah, so she gets you with your hands behind your back, and she's tying you, and then you feel cloth shoved up into your mouth. And you feel her leg behind you. She's like kneeling on you as she's tying you. You can go ahead.
I think I'm just gonna kick my feet a little bit. I don't know what I can do. If I can try to escape, I will, but otherwise...
Okay, so you're trying to struggle against and trying to kick. How about make another athletics check for me?
The dice don't want me to come away.
Yeah, so she just pushes you further into the ground, and you feel additional rope being pulled around your arms. And then what she does actually is she ropes it around your neck, ties it back, and then goes back to your hands and ropes it. She's still standing on top of you. What do you want to do?
I mean, if I can't cast and I can't escape, I mean, I'll keep making athletics checks so you let me, but
Okay.
at some point, she has me.
Okay. Rita, as you're trying to watch what's going on, you heard conversation, and then you see essentially what just happened. So Roland like running towards Galana, and then Galana just tying him up and like shoving a rag in his mouth.
I'm just gonna run out from my hiding spot and catch up. Oh, well.
She
Look
looks
at
to you
that.
a little surprised. Rita, and she's like still pinning Roland down as Roland is kind of squirming. What are you doing out here?
You don't think I'd let Roland just run around unsupervised while he's ill like this, do you?
You're being truthful, but she's being cautious, so she's inciting you right now. Wait a second. Okay. You're being truthful, right? Like, you're not trying to hide anything?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
not...
She kind of sighs a breath of release. Well, and she's still kind of holding him. He appears to be chasing Cassandra, who I believe is guarding the trident. As Roland, you're still trying to struggle. Go ahead and make another athletics check for me. You kind of squirm underneath her, and you kind of get a little bit out from underneath her knee, but then she just straddles you with her other knee. She kind of keeps you in place. Rita, do you think you can perhaps help me keep Roland here? He seems to be struggling.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't know what I can do. Like, let's put it this way, this is not the first time tonight that he has been tied up.
Well, as a magic user, it's important to make sure that they can't do anything with either materials, their hands, or their voice.
We did everything. We gagged him, we tied him up, he still got out. You can't turn your back on him for a second.
Then that is what must not be done for the rest of the night here. Roland, I apologize. I hope our interaction won't taint your view of me, but hopefully, in the morning, this will be settled. Rita, do you think you can help me take Roland back? Perhaps the Holy Beacon. For a watchful eye, would you care to join me in that? It appears there needs to be two people.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Okay. So Roland, you kind of feel hands, two set of hands as Rita joins in to take you. I'll say no more strength checks because there's two people, and you're very much tied up. Galana was very, very thorough. So you heard what she said, but you're not seeing anything as you are guided into what feels to be a familiar holy beacon here. Rita, I do believe I won't be able to get a sound night of sleep, nor you. Are you okay to stand watch all night with me?
Listen, I've gone this far. Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. Then we shall remain vigil all through the night. And at this point, Roland, unless you want to try something, tell me what you want to try, and maybe we can do that. But with Rita and Galana is taking a very hard look at you, as well as Rita.
I will begin a short rest.
Okay, you begin a short rest. You see every once in a, or you feel every once in a while, Galana just checking and putting a little bit of more rope around you. She's bound you by legs, by arms, and by mouth. She's kind of also thatched it all crisscrossed. You're essentially, I guess, hog-tied would be the term. And she seems to be in close proximity. You can feel her. You can sense Rita as well inside of the Holy Beacon. Cassandra, we'll go back to you. As you go towards Farmer Man's house, what are you doing?
I guess I'll just knock on his door and see if he'll let me stay the night.
Okay. And you get like a little bewildered Farmer Man, but he happily invites you in. He offers you some turnip, some raw turnip, and some tea.
Yeah.
And he kind of points to his bed, which is like basically a cot. It's not much, and he says that he'll sleep on the floor, happily to give you his cot.
Oh, I tell him, I got my bedroll. I don't mind. I can sleep on the floor.
All right. After some push and pull, he's like, no, please, and you're like, no, I got it. He finally resists, and he kind of starts sleeping on his cot as you lay out your bedroll, and you start to sleep. Unless there's anything else you want to do.
Yeah, just kind of the same thing I did at the cathedral, where I just tie a string around the trident and around my wrist, just so if anyone tries to take it, I'm woken up.
Okay. And then I'll say for Rita, do you want to do anything as you and Galana are watching?
Galana, you are very good with knots. Where did you learn that?
Oh, and she kind of blushes. I have experience with unruly people. The church sometimes takes in some folk who may not have the best intentions, if you will. Make an insight check for me. She's actually not being truthful. You kind of sense that she's a little hesitant in the way she speaks, and she's not really giving you accurate information.
I sort of give her like a knowing, look, and I just say, I suppose that makes sense.
Yes. And she just kind of tucks her head in a little bit and says, we mustn't take our eyes off Roland all through the night. She kind of just changes the subject. All right, so we go to Tarvik, actually. Tarvik, you are continuing your sleep. And you had that nice dream of yours. And then you kind of forgot about it. You started, a deeper sleep without dreams. And then another dream comes to you. You're younger. You're kind of taking a look at your arms as you're walking down just a plain road, jerk kicking up as your footsteps fall. You're breathing in the fresh air. You're feeling live. You're feeling energetic. You're walking up to a small town. It's familiar in a way, but strange at the same time. You continue walking through, and the town is deserted. No sign of life, and oddly, no sounds of nature. You're feeling cautious as you move forward, not exactly sure why you've gone here, what your intent was, where you were coming from. As it so happens during dreaming, you're just placed in a setting. You're walking forward. Slow footsteps fall. And then you hear something. A scream cry out. A very familiar scream. The scream of your daughter. You rush towards it. You hear the screaming continue. Just yelps of pain. You're searching. Unfamiliar, yet familiar at the same time of all these buildings. You rush your way, weave in and out, trying to get closer to the noise. But never quite reaching there. The screams just filling. Your head piercing, unable to take the sound. You're continuing to run and run, but you can't find her. And then all of a sudden you veer around a building and you see an eye, large 20-foot eye, just staring right at you. You careen to a halt, death reeking from this eye staring at you. And you hear that the sound is coming from this eye, all of a sudden, ears splitting. And then everything fades to black. You kind of rustle and toss a little bit, sweat beading down your forehead. You're not quite sure what you just saw, nor what it means. And as you shiver from the thought of hearing your daughter scream, you fall back to sleep, fitfully, trying to ignore what you had just dreamed about. And going back to the Roland Rita situation here, time passes by, and as I said, unless Roland is doing something, it is approaching morning as the sunlight passes through your tent, Tarvik, as you kind of see the early lights of dawn. Cassandra, you would see it as well, kind of peeking through. Whether you choose to sleep through it or not, that's your prerogative, but you do feel that the sun is arising. For you, Rita, you don't sense anything. You don't see the sun, as there are no windows up in this front chamber here of the Holy Beacon. But Galana just kind of breathes a deep sigh. I feel the morning.
Do I get a long rest? Or short rest? Sorry, do I get a short rest?
Yeah, you've gotten a short rest.
I don't think there's anything I can do until someone unties me, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you would like to try and wriggle out, go ahead and make another athletics check for me. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, your hands are trying to wriggle, try to get any type of movement so that you can try and slip out, but nothing's pushing or pulling. Also, make a sleight of hand check for me as you're trying to do this. As soon as you start moving around, Galana, you feel a boot actually press against you and just kind of stop your squirming, and she just goes, Roland, please. That's not Galana laughing, that's me. Alright, what are you guys doing?
Sandra, since she had to switch places, does she not get a full night's rest, or does she have to like sleep until like noon?
No, you don't have to I don't think I'm gonna go ahead and make you like redo everything. I'll say because you got interrupted and you weren't doing any light activity, it adds like an hour to your long rest. But by morn, you've already surpassed that hour, like that extra hour.
All right, I would get up and then head back to the house then. Yeah.
Okay, you're heading back
However
to the
long that
house.
takes.
Tarvik?
Yep.
Yeah, if I'm long rested, prepared my spells for the day,
Mm-hmm.
I'll pack up my tent, make my way into the house, and I guess at this point, not seeing anyone around and figuring that they're doing something stupid and they'll come back here eventually, start unbending the various knives that Roland had used to try to pick the lock unsuccessfully.
Well, so you wouldn't be inside the house. You don't have a key.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would try the door, realize it's locked, and then just sit outside of the door.
Okay.
Aw.
All right. So you've woken
Roland
up.
did not lock the door behind him. I don't know if you did.
Oh, you didn't?
Roland did not lock the door.
Okay, Rita, did you?
Yeah.
Because you followed after Roland.
I did go out after Roland. I think I probably would have locked it.
Yeah. All right. So Tarvik, you're sitting outside. Cassandra, you're making your way. I'll say you go ahead and make your way to Tarvik, and you see him just sitting outside the front door.
I just imagine one little rain cloud above him.
I'm slowly realizing that I just made Tarvik Eeyore, like, sleeps in this weird shack outside and always is sad.
Yeah.
Hey, Tarvik, what's going on? Why are you outside?
I didn't want to wake up anyone. It's pretty early.
What about Roland? Do you remember his curse?
I assume that he's still inside. He
Oh,
well,
you're locked out.
yes. I
Oh.
don't. So,
Okay. I will check for the trap on the door
Mhm.
and unlock the door.
Okay.
That's for the trap.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I guess I have a key. Is
Yeah,
it there?
you have a key.
Yeah. All right.
I assume all of you have a key. At some point, you have visited Hanger's Hammer, and he has crafted you duplicate keys.
Nice. All right, and I bring Tarvik inside.
as you're like doing this on the door, I will say, this may be a strange question, and I guess I suppose it could be another dream. But does Galana often visit people when they're sleeping?
Do you have a thing for Galana?
I've met Galana once, and also I woke up in the middle of the night to what appeared to be her in my bed. She threw a hammer unsuccessfully at me, and then ran away.
That's not normal Galana behavior. Did they say anything? Did she say anything?
Not really. Rito's following her. I am not sure what that meant either. I'll make my way down the stairs of the house to the basement and just see the pile of knives.
What happened?
I don't know.
Is
I
the
just
door
went to
open?
sleep.
The larder door open? Still, I guess.
There is no larder door.
It's burned.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, I think Roland got out.
Well, I wonder how long it took Rita to have the good sense just to knock him out.
Yeah, she probably did it real quick, right? Let's look around the house.
It definitely wouldn't have taken her probably like 6 to 8 hours of chasing to get it done.
No, yeah, she would have just knocked him out. All right, let's
She
go
seems
look around.
relatively intelligent, so
Yeah, she's really capable too. She could totally just take out Roland. He's squishy.
mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, so you guys are
we'll
searching
look
through
for
the house?
The house.
Okay.
Yeah, looking for.
Yeah,
them.
so you continue to look each room. You try and go into some may be locked, but you listen for sound and you don't hear anything. All the places, all the common places you check through, and you don't see Rita or Roland.
Okay. You said Rita was following Galana? Would that maybe have been Roland in disguise?
Oh, maybe.
Where'd they
I'm
go?
not sure where it went after that, though. I went back to sleep.
Well, should we just wait here for them?
Okay.
All right.
I'll just start making breakfast, I guess.
Yeah, what do you need to cure the curse?
Oh,
Anything?
nothing. I just needed some time to prepare the correct spells, so we should be good.
Okay. Do you have to like touch him?
Oh, actually, hang on. Even better. Because I'm reading remove curse right now, and I'll post it for everyone. I was saying, actually, I do technically need to touch the item to remove the curse. I can just do it that way, and then he would be fixed.
Oh, fancy. Yeah. All right. So I give you the I lay the trident down on the ground without touching it.
Yeah, and I'll just put like a finger on it and cast remove curse on it.
Okay.
If I'm reading this correctly, I think that would take care of his curse.
Yeah, that's where I'm hesitating. I'm not sure if that's because it says creature, like if touching the object.
My
It doesn't break the curse on the object. So I'm not sure if that's why I'm.
my
I mean, we
read
can.
is that it wouldn't work because what it does is it breaks the owner's attunement, and Roland isn't attuned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not tuned to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then maybe. I mean, would you be able to, like, would you be willing to rule, like, I would know enough to know, like, all right, I have to touch Roland, not to touch the object.
Correct. Yeah.
Then
So
we just retcon that
just,
and go back.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll just tell it. Yeah, I just need to just get Roland within touching distance, which will be quite easy once we find them.
What do you know about fixing doors?
Very
You a
little.
handy guy? Yeah, me either.
Not really.
I mean, I guess I know traps. I guess I'm okay with like tinkering with stuff. I could try it. I know how doors work.
Well, I will say if the door was maybe shattered over the course of a very long time, I could maybe mend it back together. That being said, I don't think I can fix that door. Gesturing down to the larder.
Yeah, I guess it is like burnt up. We'd have to get like, do we have like planks of wood in the stables or something that Cassandra could start like building a door?
There would be some extra wood. Yeah.
All right, Cassandra, let's try building a door.
Okay. Tarvik, what are you doing?
I'll have breakfast. Okay. You know, just take my time, have breakfast. I don't know if anything happens at the Holy Beacon or not in between then, but after breakfast, I will go out to Cassandra, who's building a door, and be like, I'm going to go look around and see if I can find them anywhere. Do you have any ideas on where I should start?
Well, I did hear a knock at the temple in the middle of the night, and I thought that might have been Roland. Probably the last place where I would have known him. I didn't encounter him at all. That could have been him. It could have been anyone, really, I guess.
Well, I will start there and maybe work my way backwards. But
okay, just bring everyone back here when you're done, because we need to talk.
And I will go in full plate with my axe, holy symbols, all that, and start making my way over to the Holy Beacon.
Okay. You're not sure where the Holy Beacon is, but if you've asked Cassandra, I'm sure she would have guided you. Unless, Cassandra, you were gonna prank him.
Yeah, I'd be like...
Yeah, I would make him take like a super weird route, like through people's backyards. You gotta hop this fence, and then you go past this guard dog, and then...
You have to knock 3 times on this door. They'll give you a code. It may just be leave me alone, but then you have to go and walk around a tree 3 times saying that phrase, and then it will appear to you.
Yep. All right. So, Tarvik, you make your way to where you think the Holy Beacon is based on Cassandra's description. And right now we will just switch back to Rita and Roland. Roland, you're still you have the binds on your hands, feet. You have your eyes shut with cloth, and your mouth is stuffed with cloth as well. So you're not quite sure what time it is, but as Galana mentioned, you can still use your ears. She breathed in, oh, it's morning. And so she's just sitting there. Rita, are you getting hungry, perhaps? Been watching all night with me.
How can you tell it's morning? It's
Lux lets me know. The energy, you can feel it. The sun's rays. And you do notice that in front of the altar, like as soon as you walk into the Holy Beacon, right in front of there is the altar. You do see the symbol up above, like center and above, where it's like a bright sun, and it appears to be some type of baby face in there. But
okay.
not like a real baby face, but like an
Like
image of a
Teletubbies
face.
baby face?
Yes, like Teletubbies baby face, exactly.
That is a wonderful image. Now what we need to get him to Tarvik. Tarvik will be able to fix him. And he is sleeping in a tent at our house. So do you think we can like travel Roland through town?
Well, if I'm accompanying, I can. Yes, I do have the position where I can explain the situation, and my place in the town allows me to do so. However, it may lend an opportunity to have Roland try something, so I'm not sure if I feel comfortable as we would be moving and not being as vigilant. Perhaps you can send word to have them come here?
Yeah, that's the other option is I could go run and fetch him.
If you do so, I will keep an extra vigilant eye, and I believe I'll be okay.
Yeah, I think you can handle it. Thanks, Galana. Thanks so much. I spent all night running around with this guy. It's been a goose chase, and you have just been such a help. Thank you so much.
As I've mentioned to Cassandra, as this favor has been given, I do expect a favor returned in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go get Tarvik. So don't go anywhere, Roland.
Alright, so you step out and you make your way. I'll say you after a little tick of time. Actually you make it pretty far to the house. And I'd say Tarvik like just steps out just based on the time.
Oh.
Because you guys
Hello,
searched
Rita.
the house
Good morning.
and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Tarvik, you're here. Great. Let's go. Roland's at the Holy Beacon. Galana hasn't tied up. Everything is going great. We just need you to do your magic.
Oh.
You can do your magic now, right?
Yes. I'll just start walking beside Rita at this point, be like, incidentally, I believe Galana visited me in the middle of the night. Was she planning on tying me up as well? Should I be worried?
You know, Tarvik, I think you should ask her yourself.
Okay. I will do that then.
No, she's been so helpful. I can't do that to her or to you. It was Roland.
Oh.
He disguised himself.
Okay. That would have been very bad if I would have said that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I will say, it does look like you did not sleep much last night. Looking like, I'm guessing, just looking up and down. Like, I'm guessing it
was supposed to mean.
I believe it means that it seems that you either stayed up all night with Roland or stayed up all night chasing Roland around town. And judging by the various bits of bush and other dirt that you have around, I would say it's more likely the latter.
I am too tired to have this conversation.
Yet another reason.
All right, so you guys
I believe
make this
I
conversation.
do. Yeah, I do believe that there was some discussion and maybe even a vote about knocking Roland out. Where did that plan go?
I was never on board with that plan.
Okay. Did you learn something from this experience?
Yes, Galana is very capable and very helpful, and we should always go to her for help.
Well, I suppose if you learned a lesson, it's worth it.
All right, so as you guys make this conversation, you're heading to the Holy Beacon, but continue if you're still conversing.
I was going to say, I will also say, from the sounds of it, we will probably need to leave immediately to begin our search for the eye, I believe you said it was. So your long rest may have to, your long sleep may have to wait a bit, as we may have to get traveling soon. So.
Great.
Oh, by the way, Rita, you would be exhausted, so you have 1 level exhaustion because you haven't gotten a sleep yet. However, if you do choose to continue your sleep, like I said before, yes, your long rest was interrupted, but you can continue onward from what you've already done, adding a little extra time to complete a long rest. But you guys are making your way to the Holy Beacon. Roland, you heard Rita leave. Are you trying anything? Miss Galana is somewhere around, you feel?
You're asking me if Roland tries anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Roland will try one thing. If she doesn't respond, he's going to try to get her attention for a little while. Does she respond at all?
You feel her attention somehow shift to you, but she doesn't respond.
Am I still blind?
You're blindfolded. You're not like magically blind, but you're blindfolded and you're tied up.
I'm gonna be really gross. I think I'm gonna pee on her floor.
Okay. You hear a sigh come out of her. That's it. I understand, Roland. I understand. It's difficult, but I cannot let you go for any reason.
That's all he tries.
Okay.
That was his entire plan.
So as Rita and Tarvik, you walk up. Rita, you open the door and you guys start to smell this very pungent odor. Something that you didn't smell before, Rita. As you notice, taking a look at Roland, you notice a little pool of liquid surrounding his body. As you approach, Galana says, it seems that you're aware of the smell. Unfortunately, I did not let Roland go for any bodily functions, and it is unfortunate. And Roland, my apologies again, but this must be dealt with before we can let you go. She kind of looks to you guys expectantly.
Oh. Tarvik will walk up next to him. I would like to take a moment to let this feeling sink in for you. This feeling here, the at this point probably quite cold area, and how desperate you became for this item. And then I'll touch him, cast Remove Curse on him, and I will leave. Actually, no, I won't leave. I'm sorry, I forgot about this. I'll wait. I'll wait for him, and start taking like the stuffing out of his mouth and stuff.
Okay. So Roland, as you feel Tarvik touch you, or what you can only assume is Tarvik, based on his voice, you feel a warm wave wash over you. Your entire body, starting from his touch and then just making its way throughout your body, running its feeling through your head and then down through your toes. And that sense of strong, aggressive wanting for the trident has faded.
Roland's just gonna take a deep breath and just thank you.
Well, I guess
Is he
a
still tied up?
muffled thank you.
I thought they took the thing out of my mouth.
No, Tarvik just touched you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did say I would
you
start
did?
I'd start taking the stuff out of his mouth at that point.
Oh, okay, okay.
I mean, realistically, like if he's still attacking us, then I have another reason to I just have a reason to hit him. Like,
all right, yeah. Sorry. I must have missed that. So you have it. So yes, you say thank you, and you get unbound.
I'm unbound and I'm standing up and I'm unblindfolded now.
Based on what Tarvik said, yeah, he's slowly releasing you. Yeah.
mm-hmm. And I feel like Galana may want to help with like some of her knots and stuff, just because like I'm not an expert at untying knots for sure. So like I would feel like if she saw that like I had done magic and then ungagged him, like I clearly stopped everything from happening.
And she would have assisted you, sure. Yeah.
Roland is going to be as humble as he can. He is going to try to prestidigitation away some of his shame.
Mm-hmm. Get a little bit of it.
But, and apologize to Galana and, whatever he has to do to clean that immediate thing up as a initial apology.
Mm-hmm. And she goes to the cupboard and she gets some rags and like a little mop.
Yeah, so that's yeah. Okay, and I'm going to look at Tarvik and say, you have my very much my gratitude for freeing me from that. Where? I don't want it. But where is that trident? We need to keep it away from people.
I believe Cassandra has it at the house now.
And she's smart with it.
Mm-hmm. I do want something from you, at least temporarily, if you would not mind.
What do you want?
I believe you have a mirror, you were saying, that allowed you to look in on people. Yes.
I'm going to ask him, do you want me to use it to look for someone, or do you want to look for someone?
I think I would like to look for someone.
Alright, I'm going to hand him the scrying mirror.
Right.
The DC 13 scrying mirror.
Yep. So I will take that, and I will say thank you, and I will walk back to the house.
Right.
I'm going to turn to Galana and say, I have done a lot of very bad things over the past day. You have my very much gratitude for helping me, and my apologies for my behavior.
You were acting under external forces, Roland. I certainly understand. And I hope perhaps we can all be a little more careful with things from other places that, well, you know what I mean. But I do wish to ask all of you a favor. After you've settled yourselves, if you could come visit me again, that would be wonderful.
Well, if you want to name a favor, everything in my power to do it.
Yes, as I said, perhaps you can go back home, take care of yourself, and you kind of get a glimpse of a quick, like, eyes down, eyes up. And she just kind of goes, and when you are ready, please come see me, if you can.
I feel I need to confess to you. Yeah, I'll leave your church in just a moment. I know I smell bad. But I do feel I need to confess to you that in my unwell mind, I may have altered my appearance to look like you for a short time. I don't think I did anything inappropriate, but I just wanted you to know that happened. And I would not have done it under good circumstances, and it was wrong, and I know that, and you have my apologies for that as well.
You can see her smile tightens ever so slightly, and she says, "May I ask who saw you in my appearance and what you did?"
I threw a hammer at Tarvik, and I just was walking through the town. Asked a few people, including Zara, if they had seen Cassandra, and then just continued, or just while I was searching the town.
I see. Well, thank you for not doing something too boisterous. Well, I wish you well, and time to resettle yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you both. All of you.
And I'm gonna leave and kind of like awkwardly avoiding eye contact with Rita.
Okay.
Rita has, in the time that all of this has taken, Rita has sat down at one of the pews and is kind of drifted off a little bit.
I'm so weak, but I'm gonna like try to pick her up and carry her home.
I think if you do that, she would wake up a little bit. And...
Yeah, you would definitely feel Roland trying to lift you.
What? I'm here. I'm awake.
No, that won't help. Yeah.
Hi, Roland. Feeling better?
Much better. Am I carrying her right now, or is she awake? Is she letting me pick her up?
I don't know.
I think she would have like woken up as you were starting to, and I don't know what you would do at that point, but I don't know how. I don't think you would have been able to pick her up before she woke up.
Do you want to return home?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Okay. I'm gonna like turn back to Galana and like wave and say thank you again.
See you soon. She kind of waves back.
And happy to go.
Okay. You guys make your way back home. And Tarvik is kind of leading, already gone ahead of you. I guess you guys are making your way back unless anyone takes a pit stop, but you guys get back to the house.
Yeah, I'm just continuing to clean myself as I go, but otherwise, yeah, just silently walking back to the house.
All right. Well, how about here? This is actually a good stopping point. So let's do a break. How about at the hour again? So like 8 or so minutes. We can take another break. We are back. All right. So you guys are at the house.
Can
Sandra's
I?
in the
Oh, go ahead.
stable. I was just saying, Sandra's in the stable.
Oh, right. Yes.
I will say, like, on my way into the house, I will just walk by Cassandra and be like, I do believe Roland is fixed now. He did pee himself quite badly in the Holy Beacon. I would try not to point that out too much to him, and then I will just walk into the
Jeez.
house.
All right, I'll follow you then.
Oh,
Fine.
okay. And then, yeah, I will go into the house and I will pull out the mirror.
Oh, you got the mirror?
Yes, I asked Roland for it when he was untied.
What are you using that for?
I think I may have a possible lead on the necromancers, and that might lead us closer to the eye.
Oh, that would be great. I'm having these nightmares about the eye. We really need to
Oh,
find it soon.
yes. I think I had a similar dream. Was yours also in a small town?
No, mine was just in the house here or in the Temple of the Raven Queen. Maybe maybe there's a temple in the town nearby. What was the town called? Vantress? No. Let me see. Hang on.
What town are you thinking of? Because this town
The
is
town.
this village is actually really far up north and kind of separate from a lot of
The
places.
city Ilaria
Oh,
told us
Duras.
that we'll have to go to. Duras,
Yeah,
thank
yeah.
you. There, yeah,
It's like
because
a
she
week
said there was a
away,
Temple
though.
of the Raven Queen there. Yeah. So I was thinking, because I think my first dream I felt like I was around the Raven Queen, so that would be my hint that maybe, or that's how Cassandra would take it, that maybe it's related to the Temple of the Raven Queen, might know something. But yeah, I would say, I think we should go to Duras. But if you know anything else, just check it out.
Well, I'm not sure, but I at least have a lead on. I would at least have a lead on them, though I'm not exactly sure if I will gain a lot of information or not. And during this, I will say I'm like rustling a couple things around in my map case and like pulling out like again like weird notes on leaves and some other things. And then probably towards the bottom, I pull out a small piece of black cloth and set that down on the table and start putting stuff back into the map case.
Is that one of the necromancers?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, we should wait for the others.
I believe that. Well, I mean, I believe you cannot see what I see when I look into the mirror.
Can't you get caught or something? Can they see that you see? I don't know.
I mean, yes.
I don't know much about magic stuff. If you think it's good, you can go for it, but
I mean,
can't
it's
pull
worth
you
a try
out.
at this point.
All right.
Yeah, and I will pull out the mirror and cast scrying with it.
All right. All right. So, as you look into this mirror, Cassandra, you try and look, but you don't see anything changes in the visage of like the mirror itself. But Tarvik, you start to see the mirror ripple almost as it starts to change picture, and your vision just starts to laser focus, and you're losing sight of everything around you as you are kind of being pulled into the face of the mirror. As your vision starts to go, things are whirring past you like you are flying at kind of like in the sky with wind whooshing past. And you start to see large crowds of people as your consciousness is drifted through this scry. And you see throngs of people, and then you see yourself collide against a piece of stone, a very large piece of stone building, and your vision starts going through walls almost, where you have these glimpses of light and then blackness, and then glimpses of light, blackness. Hard to tell exactly what these glimpses are. You can't quite tell. But as this is whirring past your face and your eyes, the vision comes to a halt all of a sudden. It seems everything is standing still. As you see, in a very dark, shrouded room, a figure hunched over with a dark black hood. And you don't see the face, but you see this cloaked figure face down, almost kneeling. And you might think that it's a prayer as they are kneeling down, standing still. Or not standing, but kneeling still. The walls around you are very dark. It's hard to tell. It's a small room. Not much description other than it's like a stone dirt walling that you can appear to see, especially the flooring. It's pretty much the same. Make a perception check for me.
I'm going to use my inspiration on this.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Well, that didn't matter at all.
Oh no. All right. As you're taking a look, you see this cloaked figure, though you can't quite see the face. You do see the pallor of its skin as being very pale, and you see the lips muttering. In the corner of your vision on this individual, because your vision is focused on this person, you can't quite see the surrounding, but just at the cusp, you can see what appears to be the foot of a body kind of writhing on the ground, just kind of twisting and turning, the legs kind of kicking. You see just barely out of the periphery of this. And you continue to look. I think it's 10 minutes. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Duration,
I just
10
pulled it up.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yep. So you continue taking a look, but this continues happening for those 10 minutes. And then halfway through, the writhing stops on the ground. And then you see the cloaked figure stand up. You see a smile creep across its face as the hands fold underneath the cloak. You see the individual turn around and start going towards a different part of the small room, and you see some other feet just kind of crawling away from this individual. And then you see the individual kneel down again, and you see the hands pressed together, almost in prayer, with the lips muttering. And again, the feet start moving and writhing around. And then I'll say at the end of this, your vision fades and you are pulled back, almost like your face has been dunked into water, and you're now just getting a breath of fresh air as the whirring leaps you back into your present moment here.
What'd you see?
Unfortunately, very little. Seemed to be doing some sort of sacrifice of some sort, but I couldn't see where.
How'd you get this cloth?
It is from a long time ago. Starts putting it back in the map case at this point.
And you think it's related to the same necromancers? We should know about this, right? Like,
It was
could be
farther
anything.
south, so you might not have.
But that you think they're also going after this eye?
That I don't know if that is the case, but you seem to believe that the necromancers were going after the eye. I don't see that there would be so many necromancy groups around that they would have multiple goals.
Did they have a red hand on their ropes? I think it was a red hand or a red skull.
Did I see anything like that?
Let's see. You had a perception of 12. I say as you were kind of drifting around, you caught a piece on the front part of the shirt on the left hand side. You saw what appeared to be some type of red mark, though you couldn't quite tell necessarily the details of it.
Okay. So I would just say I saw a red mark of some sort, but it was blurry.
Yeah, it could be the same cult. Okay. Yeah, we'll wait for the others. There's information we have about this cult and what they want.
Also, yeah, at this time, you guys have, made your way back.
Just question on game mechanics, just in the interest of fairness. Does he need to roll to see if the mirror breaks?
Is it every time after use? Is that what it said?
Yeah, I think.
That's what you originally told us, was
Okay.
every time roll a d20 and
Yeah, I'll roll it.
It only breaks on
Oh,
another
good.
one. Yeah, that you're fine.
Well, good news.
Yeah. Yeah. And then also just curiosity if something weird was going on or if it was a thing, but he didn't actually roll to see if the scry was successful, did he? Or did I just miss that?
No. It's the person being scried on.
They make a roll against
They make
you.
a roll against.
And I believe this roll would have been
-4.
Like
to the
it-
DC.
yeah, -4. So it'd be like
-4 to the roll. Yeah, because you had that material. Yeah.
So it'd been basically like a DC 19 check.
I was just curious on how the scry mirror worked. I'm not actually there, so. But we're entering the house now, you said?
Yeah.
Hey, look at this! The town troublemaker. It's finally not me.
You have my profound apologies as well.
No, with nonsense. You were under magic spells. I'm telling you, this magic stuff's crazy dangerous.
Well, I'm very grateful for the friends I have to save me from that. Out of curiosity, where is the trident right now?
You see, the trident's wrapped up on her backpack, and I just point to it.
We'll need to make a decision on what to do with that. I
was thinking maybe the vault.
Probably a pretty safe place, actually. Yeah. I'm gonna go shower. I will be back out in 10 minutes, and I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay. How's Rita looking?
Can I go to bed? Is that okay?
Can you stay up just a little bit longer? I think we need to talk about our next steps.
Okay. I'll be in the parlor, and I'm gonna go sit down on one of those couches.
Okay.
I'm gonna just keep poking you to keep you awake while Roland's showering.
Yeah, as soon as I'm clean, I'll come back downstairs.
Right.
Okay. So, Tarvik knows the necromancers that we're following. He did a little scry-do, and they're up to shenanigans still. Also, I had some really bad nightmares about the eye and how it's very close, but it's drifting away is what I feel. And that the Raven Queen might know something, and she has a temple in Duras. So I think that's where we should go next after we talk to Galana about her favor.
I have no objections to that.
I think also,
Okay.
yeah, I think also we need to involve Tarvik in what we know from Alaria.
Or she's also in the room, probably at the table.
Yeah, no, I think we're all discussing this here. And I'm just being very open about it.
I have no objections to that either.
We could do an exchange of information. You know something. You have this piece of cloth from one of the necromancers, and we know what they're after and what they're capable of. What do you think, Tarvik?
I don't think I have that much information, but at least that I haven't already shared with you. But
Well, it seems our goals are at least aligned. You want to go after these guys?
yes.
Okay. All right. While Rita, if you want to go sleep, Roland and I can go over the vault and Alaria's notes and like everything that we learned from that with Tarvik and put the trident in the vault.
That sounds good.
Did Cromwell leave with a tile piece?
He did.
If so, we can't get
Ooh.
into the vault. He did.
Oh no. Okay. What about the larder? Could we fix it?
We could commission Hilger,
Hanger?
Hanger. We can commission Hanger to maybe make us a new door.
Okay.
I can commission him to make us a new door. I imagine that might take us a little bit of time.
Yeah.
The
We'll also need a key for Tarvik. He was locked out today.
True. I want to make it clear, Tarvik, that you are welcome to stay in this house.
Yeah,
Oh.
You could use Cromwell's room while he's gone.
Okay.
And I'll show you where that room is, and we'll go over the notes. Well, is Rita gonna do a long rest or a short rest, or what's she up to? What's your plan?
Well, actually, Rita, the only thing I would benefit from at this point is a long rest. So that's what I would do.
You have like 4 hours left on that? Is that right?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're like halfway, so you have half left. Plus a little bit, so it's like half plus an hour. So 5.
I mean, we
So
can
yeah,
take that long.
Rita would just go to sleep and wake up in 5 hours if no one comes and wakes her up before then.
All right,
You all
so
don't have
we'll share the journal with Tarvik. Does he already have that in his handouts?
Great question. I honestly don't know.
I think so, because I think I put that as all players. Let's just double check though. It would be into the vault.
And then Alaria's journal.
At the very bottom.
Okay. Yep, I see it.
Yeah,
okay.
Perfect.
So, the Pact of the Lich killed her companions in a battle to steal the Eye of Death. So that's the eye we keep talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And she hid the Eye of Death somewhere in Miriam Vale. And they served the Whispered One, which is a great evil, connected somehow to the Raven Queen, who has a temple in the city of Duras. And there's a hidden message in the journal. Did you write that down, Honeybee? You
did.
have better notes than I.
My notes a little bit. I can find it.
I can.
It's like the bolded letters.
Yeah.
It is.
There's something like
offer your life to love, but do not go far.
Yeah. What she said. So that's the clue to the Miriam Vale. In combination with her map, the vault map, there is a heart there on the vault map next to a tree that we visited once that had like people's initials in it. But we didn't see anything there when we went there the first time. But we didn't know this stuff then when we went there either, so. Unless you have any other ideas what that clue meant. We had no ideas, and then the monsters attacked at the beach.
Okay. Offer your life to love, but don't go far.
Mhm. And somehow this eye is somewhere in the veil.
And you notice that the first, like, 3/4 of a book are actually blank. And it's not an obnoxiously thick book. It's actually pretty thin. But you notice that the writing only starts, like, 3/4 of the way. And I think, Roland, you did do a detect magic, and you did find there was abjuration and conjure. No, it was conjuration. I think is what I told you.
No. I'm sure I have it in my notes. I
Yeah.
can't find it. Did I ever cast Identify on the book to see if I could figure out what it was?
I don't know if you
Probably
did.
not.
I think you
Probably
did
not.
detect magic, but I don't think you did identify.
I mean, we have a couple hours while we wait here to do that. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll ritually cast Identify if we have time.
Mm-hmm. And you do. So this 6-hour period, this 5-hour period where Rita is long resting, you guys let me know what you're doing. But for the identify portion, Roland, as you cast it, you know that the book itself has some abjuration, like just entirety of the book itself, and then you notice that the pages on the first 3/4 of the book have that conjuration aspect, and you know how to use them. It does not require attunement. It's not necessarily like a special magic item, but there is magic imbued into it. You realize that the blank pages appear to be concealing something. There's writing behind it that is being concealed, and it has the aura of blood magic to it.
I'm gonna prick my finger and put a drop of blood on the page.
Alright, you prick a finger and you start to see the page envelop with words. And the words are now going to be shown.
Oh, what? Cool.
And you just start flipping through all the pages as the blood appears to seep in and expand across the other blank pages.
Are these names or a language?
Oh, our names are at the very end.
Oh, this is all of our students.
Okay.
Francine there. Yeah.
They're like in groups too, like almost like in classes.
Mm-hmm.
There's like one dude that's all by himself. A couple of them, but yeah.
Wow, weird. Huh. Okay.
Is there a dude named By That?
Big bet. Big bet.
Marble Maker.
I mean, there's a guy just named Vem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's helpful, I guess.
And Sun.
Of course, Nido.
Actually, is it Sun or So?
Which one are you looking at?
Second to last column.
So many.
First grouping, very last one.
It's sun, like a sun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Her son, maybe?
Do we recognize any of the names? Can I make a history check to see if these are famous people?
Yes. Go ahead and make a
Shouldn't
history
D be on here somewhere?
Maybe she has another name.
You know, you immediately... hold on. Let me stop looking at the names and look at the actual notes. I believe it's here or here. Hold on, it's loading. I'll get you your answer. Yes, Marigold the Brave. you instantly recognize the first name Marigold, as well as Bluton Buttertree. And
Say that second again.
Bluton Buttertree.
Mm-hmm.
And you also notice some names that you've actually come across. So, taking a look at this, Francesca, you see her name. You also see Odenthe, which you recall her being nicknamed Dee Dee. And just based on your intelligence, Roland, you gather that this is chronological, where she started writing at the very left of the page and started listing down her pupils, and then all the way down to her last class of pupils, which was you all.
And my parents could be in here somewhere.
Could be. We should look for other Lightfoots.
Well, Lightfoot's just my orphan name.
Oh. Never mind.
Hmm.
Do any of the names strike me as halfling names?
There are quite a few halfling names in here. I can't quite tell you which ones they are, because there's a lot mixed in, and I'd have to go through each one, but you do know that there are a lot of halfling ones here. Just to give you a handful, I'll probably have to look back and then follow up via Discord.
Well, I'll say that just in character, I'll just make a point to point them out to Cassandra, if though she might identify them easier than me. But...
Yeah.
So far, I don't know anything about. Oh wait, I knew one of their names. Hang on. Oh boy, pull up the notes. What did he say? Friholte. He had a name. You guys go on.
This is helpful, though. This is definitely helpful. Is there anyone? I just wanted to check. Is Zara or Zaylene on here? Raylene, rather.
You take a quick look reading through the names, definitely, and you do not find their names.
Okay. At some point, if there's time, just amongst all this, and we need to kill something, I would go over to Hangers and commission a door, a key, for that.
Okay.
I don't have to take time to do that, but I would do that.
Okay, so he happily accepts your commission. I'll say for just a plain wooden door with some hinges, mark off hold on, let's make sure I'm not making it too much. A gold.
Was that all? I'm gonna ask him what would a reinforced with steel plates and a heavy duty lock cost us?
5 gold. No, 3 gold.
Happily.
3 or no, let's do 4 gold. Just with
I'm
services.
gonna give him 5.
Oh, okay, services and material and the actual item. Yeah, let's do 4. But you give him 5.
I'm gonna happily give him.
He
5
happily
gold
accepts,
for that.
and he mentions that he will be working on it and it will be ready in a couple of days for you as he forges it.
Does that include installation as well?
He throws that in.
Great. You're awesome. And I'll just give him permission and instructions on where it goes in the house,
Mm-hmm.
the bottom of the stairs, and then also just a key too.
Oh right, a key for Trevor. Yeah. He throws that in.
A copy.
Yeah,
Copy.
it's a small thing. Yeah.
That's all I want to do.
I lost my notes for Freehold Day.
I
Oh
can search
no.
mine.
Yeah, look. I think he's told me a name that he heard
He did.
when
Yeah.
they were rescuing. Maybe if I look through these, I'll remember.
It was Jamizla.
Yes. Ready in all caps now. Alright, I'm gonna look for that in this sheet.
Say what it was again?
Jamizla.
Jemez.
Jemizlla.
I should spend so much time staring at this list.
Oh, and
Yeah, I think.
no, he
Good.
just gave you that name. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe she was going by a new name?
Possible. I haven't come across a J name yet.
Found a couple like Sean Gray, Chip Dewey, Jeremy.
Start at the back. There are 2 Sarahs on here.
Joseph. Damn. She's either using a fake name now or used a fake name with Ilaria. That must be where I get my craftiness from. Or maybe it was just a rumor that she was trained. I really don't know.
Find out someday. I'm sure.
No. Okay.
So, as you guys are intently looking at this and poring over names, you realize that the red coloration on this is blood.
Oh, fun.
Oh, I try my blood.
You touch it, nothing happens.
Okay. I know there were some puzzles where we all had to put our blood on it.
But I'll say Roland, you start to piece together the reason why those magics worked with verification is probably because there was a key, and this is likely the key.
Oh. So like this is like you're on a green list or a white list rather.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, maybe she blacklisted my parents.
I'm going to test something. I'm going to see what happens if I try to add Tarvik's name to the end, like writing in my own blood.
Okay.
I'll put my blood to a quill.
Mm-hmm. You put your blood to a quill. You try and write his name, but it for some reason isn't holding to the paper. It doesn't absorb for some reason. It doesn't actually write.
Maybe you gotta cast a spell.
I'm sure, yeah. I think blood magic is called hemocraft, and it's a weird thing. It's very outside of Roland's knowledge, right outside of my knowledge.
It's
Mm.
in
I
this
don't know how
timeline,
that works.
as such a magic user as you are, you're very aware with lots of different crafts. Blood magic is so rare to the point where people don't believe it exists anymore, and they also have there's a stigma to blood magic as well. People aren't fond of it. It reminds them almost like necromancy. Like it has that same vibe as necromancy. Whenever you bring up necromancy, people are like, "Ooh," you know, they kind of don't like that side of magic. And so, blood magic is very similar in that respect and how it's thought. And Roland, in all of your life and all of your studies, you have not come across it.
First time. I mean, second time compared to that one time in the cave, but strange. Is
Ilaria a
the
bad
blue
person?
dragon? Did I say that?
Sorry, was Ilaria a bad person?
No. I mean, maybe, but not because she used blood magic.
Mm.
Alcaeus. Is Alcaeus on here?
You look for his name and you
They
don't
were-
find his name.
So, interesting thought. If this is a whitelist, then in theory it wouldn't just be her students, it would also be her allies. Anyone she wanted to have access to certain hidden things.
Mm-hmm.
You have, Roland, on your knowledge, you put together that based on what she wrote in her book, where she said the reason why she became a mentor, despite the danger that it presented, was so that she could almost pass along and keep hold of the secret of the guarding of this artifact by imparting it on her students. So you gather that this is a list of her students, not necessarily all allies, because as you noted in her book, she didn't really consider many allies. She didn't know who to trust. She was really unsure and she was paranoid, and she wanted to make sure that the people she vetted, she had spent time with them and she trained them and she knew them, and knew who they were before giving them access, or even a tinge of a hint of what she was hiding and what she was guarding.
Name Yarrow is on here. Did we meet a Yarrow earlier?
Maybe the redhead guy?
Was Red's name Yarrow?
I don't think we ever got his name. I don't remember Yarrow. I remember Frankie, Dee Dee.
I'm going to assume that Roland's intelligence check probably did way more than me as a player speculating and seeing if she can recognize anything. So I should probably stop.
You have a list of names that you can go through in your journal. That might help you.
Oh, true.
It's true. NPCs.
Oh, Gek. Right? Gek was one. But Gek wasn't totally honest with us, so maybe she wasn't. I remember getting that vibe.
Is Gek on here?
You take a look, searching for Gek. You do not find her on this list.
Oh, what the fuck was she doing? We let her in the house.
We did.
Oh, man.
But she
She
pretended
so cool,
to be
though.
a student, didn't she? She told us that she was a student?
Yeah, she had this great story about how she was a student. She was so cool, and she won the drinking contest.
That's interesting.
And she wanted to explore the house for some reason. Bring back memories, she said. But I remember feeling like she wasn't being honest, so I was watching her.
Maybe we know not to trust Gek.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least that's something from this. Alright. Once Rita's up, what do we want to do? I was thinking maybe we go out to the tree. Try another look-see.
What would we do at the tree? I mean, I'm not saying no, I just, like, what would we do?
Give your life to love? I don't know. Blood magic?
I'm cool with smearing blood all over the tree. Yeah. I also I didn't have detect magic last time we were out there. I'd be happy to go out and cast that. Let's just see the others. Where's Tarvik? Is he just listening to us, like, just...
Yeah, he's just
Yeah,
watching
Torvik doesn't know. Yeah, Torvik doesn't know any of the names. And I was like, oh, maybe Torvik does know some of the names, but I like looked through briefly and I was like, nope, no names Torvik knows. So Torvik's just been sitting there while you guys just like, maybe it's this person, and I'm like, he's just sitting there quietly.
Oh, so polite. What about Fiona? Didn't you, the fortune teller Fiona? I guess she wasn't a student.
You look for her name and you do not find it.
Alright.
I mean, just like checking, like none of Tarvik's family or anything is on here. I wouldn't recognize the
Yeah,
husband.
no, I was supposed to say I don't see any day winds on here, and yeah, no one in Tarvik's background that I wrote up is on there. So unless DM knowledge, there's someone that I know.
Not anyone you recognize, no.
Nope.
Okay. I guess we'll just wait for Rita to wake up and tell her what we found and ask her what she thinks about going to the tree when she's ready.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we can fast forward. So it's almost high noon. As Rita, you rouse up from your sleep, getting a full rest. So you are no longer exhausted, and you can recoup everything. You guys find that it's very late morning, almost midday. The day is yours.
You relay everything to Rita. Did you want to look at this list?
Yeah, I guess I can take a look. Take a look. And I mean, I think I'll look at it, but I'm not going to find anything that y'all hadn't, so no
Yeah.
need to rehash that discussion.
All right. What do you think about going out to the tree?
I mean, I'm not against the idea. I don't think we're gonna find anything new up there. Maybe we can have Tarvik, put his initials on it. But I mean, ultimately, Cassandra, I don't know. Have you told Rita about your nightmares?
Yeah,
I
I
don't think
mentioned
Rita.
it before you went to sleep in
Okay.
the group meeting.
Sorry, thank you. I mean,
Yep.
you're the one who's devoted to the Raven Queen. You're the one who's been having these nightmares. So if there's something that you think we should do, let's go do it, I guess.
Okay. I think we should
Hmm.
try this blood stuff on the tree.
Would you object if we went by Golannis first before we left town?
Yeah.
Yeah, you object?
Yeah, the nightmares seemed like it was time sensitive, like we gotta go now, or someone else might grab it.
Well, I do feel like we need to check in with her, though, before we leave town permanently. I guess a trip out to the tree wouldn't be that big of a deal, but...
How long was it to the tree again? It was like a few hours, or
Yeah.
like a half day.
Yeah, couple hours.
Galana's only going to need like a few minutes of our time, I think, to tell us what she needs, and she might have something that can help us. I don't even know. But I really think that we should go see her before we go. Like, she helped us out so much today and yesterday. We really should.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of agree.
I will grumpily follow you guys. And I'll be like constantly like looking at the sun and like judging the time and like like tapping my foot.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you guys head over to the Holy Beacon, and you see Galana is there, floor immaculate, totally cleaned up. and she's just kind of praying there. And she turns to see the door open, and she greets you. Oh, thank you all so much for returning. Now, of the favor that I ask of you in return of mine own, I do have a request. I've been in contact with an acquaintance of mine, and it appears he needs some assistance. However, I cannot leave my current station here at the Holy Beacon, and I was hoping if you could deliver something to him for me. Is that possible?
How far away is this individual?
It is in the heart of Duras, if you're familiar with the city.
Oh.
And it is about a week's travel away. Unfortunately, I do not have the ability to spare that time of traveling.
Yes, we can do that. That's very reasonable. We're actually planning on a trip, then we can definitely make that stop for you in Duras.
That is absolutely wonderful. It is a bit of a time-sensitive matter. If you could deliver this as soon as possible, it is quite urgent with what he is telling me. There appears to be, and she kind of hesitates a moment, darkness. There appears to be some darkness troubling the area, and I believe this will help him as he continue his own journeys. It seems to be...
Who is your friend?
Yes. His name is Here. And he's actually an acquaintance of mine. And he's a wonderful fellow. He's actually sorry, give me a second.
The name Here?
Yes,
Here.
Here. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is a wonderful person. He's fair in appearance. He has black hair, blue eyes, and he's a priest. He is a very wonderful person. And he's in Duras temporarily, and he communicated with me asking for assistance. As I mentioned, we were acquaintances a bit ago, and I do hope that I can help him, but as I mentioned, currently I cannot leave this location. I have my church to tend to, so instead I hope that you are able to deliver this item to him.
A human man, you said?
Sorry, what?
I asked if he was human. She asked what the item was.
Okay. Yes, he is human. He's a male human. And like I said, he's fair in appearance. He has the dark black hair, cut mid-length, and his eyes are a striking blue. You will not be able to miss him as he wears modest garments. He is located at, and Roland, just based on your backstory, like being familiar with Duras, you would be familiar with this location, but she mentions that he would be at the Crossed Hammers, which you know as an inn. And so she mentions, if you could go to the Crossed Hammers, he will be stopping there every day at noon to meet you all. If it's possible, I will relay to him who to look out for. And if you could meet him there and pass along the object, I would be very grateful. And in response to your question, Cassandra, she mentions, it is a simple quarterstaff that I will give him. I actually have it in my helm. If you are ready to set on today, I could pass it along.
Oh, the thing under the couch?
She kind of looks at you for a moment. Her face is blank. Yes.
magical things ping around me.
She just smiles at you.
I'm sorry if it was an intrusion of your privacy.
She just smiles.
We gotta make a trip to the tree at the top of the mountain, and then we can head out for Duras in the morning.
Yes, as I mentioned, if this can be set upon as soon as possible, please let me know.
We can take it with us on our way out. Sure.
Yes, please stop by before we leave.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I don't know if we really need to come back to town after visiting the tree, or if we're planning to just go to Duras after, but if you'd like us to come back, we can.
I don't think
Yeah, we can just take it with us, I guess.
Oh, if that's what you choose. Give me one moment, and she goes to leave.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Rita. That'd be closer. Because Duras is to the south, right?
Yeah, and it's like a week away, right? So we're gonna have to, camp somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
A couple minutes goes by, and she comes back, and Roland, as you saw underneath the couch, it is wrapped in it was wrapped in like parchment and cloth around the entire thing, as well as twine that is keeping it together. And she presents it to whoever reaches out, but she carries it with both hands as she presents. She says, "This is the staff that I'm hoping that you can travel with, and please do be careful. It is very precious, and please make sure that Here gets it. I do believe it will be very good in his possession."
Is it cursed? In our power.
It is not cursed.
Okay.
And she gives a knowing smile to you all.
That's good. We still haven't done anything with the trident, right?
That is a good question. We might ask if she's willing to let us leave it here.
Yeah, do you want to protect the trident? I know well, I guess Roland knows that it's protected here. Cassandra doesn't know.
Well, I mean, I might share. There's some magic that can maybe make it hard to find, but really it seems to be buried somewhere. I kind of forget everything I wrote in my background, but I think I might have a safe place for it in Duras too, if we want to take it there.
Potentially.
Okay.
I mean, they'd probably take it off our hands. I don't know if they'd be grateful or not for me to.
Yeah, maybe someone in Duras could. Can you ever remove the curse from an object, or is it just cursed forever?
Well, and Galana steps in. It depends on how skillful one is in the art of practicing magics. Also, sometimes the item itself resists such things.
You said here is a priest. Is he skilled in magics?
A bit, yes. Though I'm not quite sure how helpful he would be with the trident. I do think that the trident should be dealt with, although I have to say, I apologize, I do not feel comfortable holding it here. Perchance a person praising Lux, and she kind of crosses her hand over her, kind of doing like the Catholic cross almost. If someone accidentally comes here and has malintent and decides to search for what they can and stumbles across this item, I would be bereft with guilt.
Okay, fair enough. Well, maybe we'll figure something out with it. I'll just keep it wrapped up for now. Just bring it with us. Okay, Galena. Take care of the town. Make sure nobody burns our house down.
Yes, please be careful on your journeys, and when Here receives the item, he will let me know. So I appreciate all of you so much for taking the journey.
If you ever run into Sammy, let let him know that we've been looking for him and we left for Duros.
I will keep a watchful eye. I hope he's okay. I will pray for him.
Me too. All right, let's go.
Thank you. Did you have that in your inventory, Cassandra, or am I carrying the staff?
Oh yeah. You can have the quarterstaff. I have the trident. It's just wrapped up on my bag, tied to my bag.
I have Galana's quarterstaff in my inventory.
All right, where are you guys headed?
The tree.
To the tree. All right. Maybe not to the tree tonight, as we will end tonight's session. However, next session we can go to the tree.